Welcome back to the FloTrack podcast. My name is Lincoln Shrike, joined today by Gordon Mack. Recording this before this, but you're listening to this on Thursday, December 17th. Won't let you know. Maybe we recorded this in 2019. You have no way of knowing what exact date we recorded this. But Gordon, we're going to talk about the Marathon Project today, specifically the men's field, and we'll do a popular segment. I know you're a fan of it. I'm a fan of it. It's going to be a draft. We're going to pick who we think the best seven will be. We'll kind of do it like a cross-country meet. How comfortable are you feeling in predicting the best seven for the Marathon Project?
I'm comfortable and I'm not comfortable. The reason why I'm comfortable is because based on history of doing these drafts, I'm pretty good at picking winners, even top threes. I'm uncomfortable in the fact that I might end up picking someone who decides not to show up, or I have a feeling at least two of my seven are going to DNF. It's just going to happen. Like, it's just going to be a thing. I'll probably get one DNS. I'll get two DNFs, and then won't even be able to qualify because three of my seven won't finish the race. But I'm also nervous about this draft because confession, people probably already know this about me, but I'm not really a good analytical expert when it comes to marathon racing. I don't really follow the beat of like the East Africans and how they handle their road racing. Once they're on the road, I just don't care. If I'm being honest, I'm kind of like, I'm a track only man. This is the FloTrack podcast, not the Flow Road Racing podcast.
Flow Road.
We're going to have flowroad.org. Like, no one's asking for flowroad.org. Obviously I still know a little bit about the marathon. I still follow it. I don't intricacies as well as you probably do, or Kevin, who I'll preview the women's field with tomorrow. But yeah. Anyway, if I win, hey, I'm going to take a lot of flyers. There's going to be a lot of flyers on this guy or this gal, and we'll see what happens.
Well, hopefully we can educate you in the course of these two podcasts that you're doing. It is a bit ironic that you made that confession and you're the only person that's recording both segments of this marathon preview. So I enjoy that. There were a lot of flyers who finished top 10 in February's U.S. Olympic marathon trials. So do you retake them as flyers? Are they still flyers? We also have a bunch of international athletes, maybe not a bunch, but a few international athletes, at least in this men's field. So there's no Galen Rupp in this, like literally, or no favorite on that level. So that's what makes this fun. There are some established guys. You have an Olympian in Jared Ward, but he's just coming off a marathon. You have Scott Fauble, but he was only 12th of the trials. So we're going to have some fun with this. And you're right. DNFs could render this completely, meaningless in the sense that if five of one of our seven picks don't finish, it kind of makes this look dumb. But, it's a flat course. Everyone's trying to run fast. You would hope for the most part that pretty close to everyone finishes, but that doesn't always happen, of course, in a marathon. So who is going to go first? Like we said, drafting seven, and we'll just go back and forth. Who should go first?
You're going to go first.
Okay.
Give the honors to you. Are we going to do snake draft because you get to go first? Like, do you go one and then I get to go two and then you do two and then I do two and go like that?
Typically, snake draft is for fantasy sports of which there's more than two, but I mean, if you can keep track of that,
it's really easy. You just go first, and then after that, everyone gets two picks. That's how it works. That's how you snake a two-man draft.
Is that right?
There's one thing I know, and it's snake drafts. All right, so let's do that. You go first, and then after that, everyone gets two picks.
Well, okay, and it might be a little bit more, it might level the playing field a little bit considering your lack of expertise that you acknowledged at the beginning for you. So you get a couple in a row. Maybe you get some momentum. Okay, I will go first. I am picking CJ Albertson, 7th at the trials in February. He has been running really well in training recently, as famously a couple weeks ago, he ran a 2:09:58 marathon on a treadmill for whatever that's worth. He's also run the 50K world record, although it was on a track. He just seems to be in really good form. And obviously, I'm very encouraged by what he did at the trials. So we know what his fitness is. It's really good. Everybody else, not everybody else, but a lot of other people are question marks. Some people, this is literally their first race since the trials. So I feel most confident in CJ Albertson. I'm going to pick him for the win.
I did not see that coming. You're picking the
I
man.
think
What's
I
his PR?
acknowledged.
He's one,
Well,
two,
it's
three, four, five, six,
it's two
seven,
eleven
8, 9,
49.
10, 11, 12. He's 13th best PR going as a number 1 overall pick.
Yeah,
You're
that's the
taking a
way
flyer on your first pick in a way.
Yeah, I just have confidence in him. I understand that the course is, possibly gonna not possibly, but it's supposed to be very, very fast, and this could be a sub 208 effort. But the guy ran 209 on a treadmill. I think he's in 208 shape. So that's where my logic goes. And yeah, a little bit of a flyer, but at the same time, not. Like, how many guys in this field are running 209 on a treadmill right now? I'm not many, I don't think.
All right. Well, I did not see that coming, but I'm going to take that and I'm going to run with it. I'm going to go with my second overall pick and third overall pick back to back. Again, this is coming from me just not being a marathon expert. I'm just going to go with the names that I know and names that have had experience doing things that are impressive.
Mm-hmm.
It's all a matter who I'm picking
Okay.
first. I think I'm going to pick Scott Fauble first because one, it's his coach that is like part of the main mastermind behind this race. So
could get an edge. That somehow gives him an edge.
Rosario
right?
is one of the main people behind getting this project together. You would think he's been training his athletes for this long before the other competitors knew about it. So I think he has a little bit of an advantage where this is their like homegrown Super Bowl. Like it's kind of home field advantage in a weird way. It's not in flag, but it is in Arizona. So Scott Fauble obviously didn't do too well at the trials based on what we thought of him. We thought he was a top 3 guy based on his Boston performance, but he top 12. I think you probably could mix up 5th place to 20th place in any order, and it was all kind of just like whoever had the day. Once you're outside like the top 4, it's kind of like anyone is just finishing. No one is fighting for 11th versus 12th place, right? It's kind of like, all right, this is where we are. So I'm going with Fauble, and then Jared Ward as my other man. Obviously, the Olympian. He was 17th in London this fall, but that was on a last-minute notice. I don't think he got lapped. Did he get lapped? I don't think he got lapped. So he has that going.
He did not get lapped. Get lapped.
I'm going with Fauble and Ward for obvious reasons. They're the two. I mean, resume-wise, they're the 2 best Americans in this field. I know you picked American Albertson first, but resume-wise, you got to go with Fauble and Ward.
Yeah. Okay. No, I respect that. I mean, Ward coming off of London is a question mark. He already had a short build-up into London. So I can't imagine this is obviously a significantly shorter build-up. I can't imagine that this will go better for him. Then let's see, what did he? I don't know what time. I think he ran 2:12 in London, and we'll see. He's going to need to run much faster than that. And I have doubts, but you've played Ward, it down the fairway for sure here. Go ahead.
My take on Ward is he always does the opposite of what you think he's going to do. Like everyone thought he was going to be top 3, then he does bad at the trials. No one thought he would be top 3 in 2016, and then he's top 3. He always does the opposite. Like when people are confident in him, he kind of disappoints. When people are overlooking him, he overachieves. So people are now overlooking him because of the 17th at London. I think that's where he wants us all to be thinking he is, and then he's just going to show up. And I mean, I'm going to go 1-2 again with my Fauble Ward pick. So I'm ready for it.
His 2 marathons this year, 2:15 and a 2:12. I don't know, not inspiring confidence. Okay, so you kind of dogged me for picking somebody who doesn't have one of the top PRs. I'll go to the guy who has, because we're not just doing Americans, right? I'm just to be clear, we're picking the field. Yeah. Going the guy with the fastest PR. We have Emmanuel Marcel Tiku, and I apologize if any of that was not pronounced correctly, but he has the fastest PB in the field. Sure, the 2:08 is from 2013. And typically, we say, oh, it's from 2013, then this guy's washed and there's no, reason to even pick him. Only fools pick people with PRs from 2013. But, back in January, he ran 211 at Houston, got third. He's run decently in, last couple years. I don't think he's who he was anymore, but, 2018, he ran a 1 flat half marathon. 2018, he ran 209. So I think he has definitely some potential to not finish the race, just simply because that's the ways a lot of times, like the fastest people in the field, kind of if they lose contact, it's just like, well, what's the point? But I like him in this one. I don't know much about him. I just know his name's on the top of the list, and he's got some fast times. So I'm taking him second.
All right, you get to go again because we're snaking back.
Yeah, snaking back. I'm going to go with the guy who finished the highest of anyone at the trials in Atlanta in this field. That is, I'm going to go Martin Harer. I've covered him for 6-7 years and never really fully known how to pronounce the last name, but 6th in the trials. It was his debut, I believe. He's studying to be an anesthesiologist, which is just incredible that he's maintained this high level. Definitely proved a lot of people wrong that he could finish this high in a debut. He has not raced, at least according to Tila Stapaja, since the trials, so maybe a little bit of concerning there, but I don't want to overlook somebody who got 6th at the trials. That's awfully legit. Martin Harer.
That is good. That is a good take. I'm gonna go. There's a lot of names that I want, right? There's like certain individuals I'm like excited about. I don't know. Okay, I'm debating if I should take the Mexico guy who I haven't heard of, Jose Antonio Uribe Mariano. He has like 4 different baseball player names. It's kind of great. Gotta love it.
That's beautiful.
His PR is 208. So maybe I should just do that. But he's my flyer. I'm going to go with Jose Antonio Uribe Mariano. I have nothing about him except he has a fast PR to his name. I'm not sure when he ran that time. But he's looking to get the Olympic standard in this race. So that makes me think that he's not going to drop out. He has a purpose because the Americans, they're not trying to get an Olympic standard because, it's already been decided. But for him, he's like, I need to get time.
Right.
So I'll go with him. And then my second pick, I'm going to give another fan FloTrack favorite. I'm going with Cam Levins. Gotta love it.
Wow.
Another the national record holder. He's run 209. So we're all about the 209s. You have Albertson run 209 on the treadmill. I got 209 PRs in Fauble and Ward. Let's throw another 209 guy in Cam Levins.
Okay. I like it. I just want to give you some info on your man, Jose Antonio Uribe Marino. PR's 208.55 from Houston, 2014.
Okay. What year is Tukey's? 2013. So
yeah, but he's run 209 in 2018. I'm just letting you know. I mean, maybe this is a comeback race for him. Maybe he is breaking out again. Definitely most people at age 34, are still improving in the marathon. Just kidding. That was a joke. But hey, take it. And then you got Cam Levins. I mean, hot and cold. If you want Cam Levins, you're going to have both sides of the faucet there, aren't you? Because Cam, he had that 209, broke the Canadian record, right? Since then, he DNF'd in London, and what did he do in 2019? He ran 215 in his comeback or his title defense. So Cam Levins, hot and cold, but we know the talent is there.
Yeah, and I'm going with names. Cam Levins is a name, if I'm being honest. But he's more than just a name. Obviously, I think hot and cold is like the best description of him. He kind of like people forget about him, then he comes back on the scene. and then he's gone for a little bit, back on and off. And we'll just hope that maybe this is another high. We're like, oh, he runs like 209.20 here or something like that, and everyone's like, oh, Cam, okay,
Wow.
he's back in it. So I don't know if that'll happen, but
Let's
you
hope he
never
has
know.
his. Let's hope he has his afro going. That is my favorite version of Cam Levins is afroed Cam Levins. And I think in recent years he's kind of kept that look going. I haven't seen him in a while. His photo here on the Marathon Project page kind of looks like a mugshot. I don't think it is, but it just looks like that. And he does have an afro. So let us hope that that is the Cam Levins we are getting in Chandler, Arizona, coming up this weekend. Okay, got to keep moving here. Who do I want to pick? You know, Gordon, this is getting a little tougher. I am going to go with another Syracuse guy. I'm going to go Colin Benny, who also finished in the top 10 in Atlanta, 2:12:14. He finished ninth. I'm going to take a peek at what he's done since then. You know, he ran a 62:30 half at that Michigan Pro race, so he was in the mix. He's just kind of now getting his feet wet. He's only 25 in the like the road racing scene, which, you know, he's now got an experience of a marathon behind him. Perhaps he's ready for like a bigger breakthrough here. Like the track speed that he still has. I mean, you know, he's a sub 4 miler, 7:53 guy in the 3K, sub 13:30. I think he can mix it up if it's really fast.
I think that's a good pick. I agree. I think both your
you right now
picks are good. I think you're doing well. I'm a little jealous, but I
Yeah.
still believe in my team. But I like the Benny pick.
Okay. Am I going twice in a row?
Yeah, that's how snakes work, man. That's how snakes work.
Well, maybe not all snakes. You got some snakes that are, you know, that are just stiff straight. Okay. You know, there's a guy here who's an Olympian from Ukraine named Igor that I really want to take, but I feel like maybe that's not in my best interest to take Igor. How about another Eritrean, Daniel Mesfune? He's got a 101 half, 210 marathon PB. They say in here he's no stranger to racing in the Phoenix area. I like him. This is kind of a hometown, a home course type of a guy. 210 PR. One of the better performances in the field. He ran that in 2018. I mean, I'm getting him as what, a 5th round pick. I can deal with that. I think I got a steal here, Gordon.
Yeah, I think you did too, but I'm going to get the ultimate steal. With my next pick, I'm going with the man who's making a marathon debut. I'm going with Reed Buchanan, Mammoth Track Club. He's running 101.45 at Houston. He's a 28:09 10K.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good. I think Reed Buchanan of Mammoth Track Club is going to surprise people, and I think he might be my number 2 runner when all is said and done.
Oh, wow. Yeah, a Pan Am Games silver medalist. And in fact, he is not a 28:09 personal best. He has a 28:07 personal best because he just PB'd last weekend.
Okay.
Or I should say 2 weekends ago at the track meet, 10,000. He was only 13th, but, you know, 28:07. So he got a little bit quicker. That's a good sign for him. So that could be a steal. It's just, you know, he's got to double he's got to go further, a half marathon further than he's ever raced. Sorry, I really had trouble getting that out there. That's tough for me. But, you know, in the trials, a lot of debutants did really, really good. So maybe you're counting on that here. I think that's a nice pick, Gordon. I admire you for taking the risk. I mean, this is, you know, a lot is at stake here. So we've got to be careful, right?
Are we doing double or nothing now on those beers, going from 6 beers to 12? Is that the plan?
12 beers. Now? Yeah. Yeah. I think we should. I think we go full 12 pack here. Let's just go all the way.
Let's go all the way.
How many picks have you made here? Because I'm at
I've made
5.
yeah, I'm at 5-2, but I get to go again.
Okay.
So my next pick, you go with the Syracuse brothers. I got to go with the
Mhm.
BYU brothers. I'm bringing in Nico Montañez of On
Mm.
Mammoth Track Club, 2:14 personal PB. He made it, I think uh he's only run a few marathons. He was top 20 at the US trials. Fun fact about him, he actually one time in high school was in a race where the gun went off and he was in the porta potty, but he still won the race. I mean, if
That's
that's not
impressive.
hard, I don't know what is. He had a good Houston half performance. I remember I was there. He actually ran faster uh, than
Jared
Jared
Ward.
Ward, but because he wasn't
Yeah,
on the elite group, it didn't count. It was like this whole thing. They ended up giving him prize money. So I'm going with Nico Montañez as my next pick.
it's fair. Let's see. Where did Nico had a decent? He was top 20 at the trials. I remember running into
Yeah.
him in Atlanta, and I think he was happy with his performance. 2:14:27. Obviously overshadowed by quite a few guys that were making their own debuts, but he had a decent race there for sure. How many bodies do you have now?
I have
I
six.
only have
You
five.
get two more, and then I get the last
Did you
pick.
not? Okay, okay. Is that
I
how
have
that works?
six.
Okay.
Yeah. Snake,
Um,
man. Again, snakes. Two per person.
Snake.
That's how it works.
Well, why did you not go twice in a row that time then?
I did.
Is that
I went Fable War together. I
oh,
went Mariano and Levins together, and I just
oh,
went Buchanan and Montez together.
okay. Yeah, you're right. You did. I'm losing my mind, I think.
You are.
It's okay. I can deal with that. Are we going to allow any in draft trades? Like, can we trade picks right now? Can I package, like, we could, you could just keep 5. Like, if we're scoring at 5, like a cross country championships, could I package some guys to
Hey,
you
I'm
while
open.
the draft is
I'm
going?
I'm open to offers. I'm open to offers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll think about that while I make my last
Okay.
pick, or my last 2 picks here. So for my 6th round pick, I'm going Matthew McDonald. Very aggressive at the trials, running. He's part of the Atlanta Track Club, so he's running. You would suppose on a course that was familiar, and he made it seem like he knew the course for sure. Was aggressive running with Rupp for a little bit. Obviously, he eventually got thrown to the wolves and fell back 10th, but he ran a brave race for sure. And so Matthew McDonald, 2:11:10 PB. I'm going to take him at number 6, and I'm trying to come up with a package here before I make my 7th round pick. Um, well, I'm just gonna make my pick and then I'll see if I have if I have anything that could possibly
Yeah, because
interest
what you
you.
can do then is you can make a trade. So say you're trading me 2 people for 1, right? But then you
Yeah.
can pick someone off of waivers, undrafted, free agent to fill in your 7th slot.
Oh, okay. So I could cut somebody that I draft and then
Yeah.
and then okay and then pick up somebody off the waiver wire. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good to yeah. That's great to know. Okay.
Man,
Um, I am gonna go because I need somebody like this on my team. Um, I need to pick Igor Olefarenko from Ukraine. Um, Listen,
purely because of
he
his
was
name.
30th and third simply because his name. He was 30th in the Olympic marathon back in 2016. Not great, but he's competed in the Olympics. The stage isn't going to scare him. And also, his name's Igor, which is a great name. And I like having you know, I got a geographic mix on my team, and I really like that. So Igor Olefarenko of Ukraine, 2:11:55 PB. He's my 7th round pick.
Like the pick. I'm also going to go with another international flavor. I'm going with former Portland pilot Emmanuel
Ooh,
Rudolph, who ran at the Berlin Marathon, a 2:14 in 2019, the same year he went on to run at cross country. But I think that he is an untapped. He hasn't really shown his true like peak marathon. I mean, he's just coming out of college, so I'm going with Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer Christmas theme.
I
Right?
knew that was. I knew you were going that. The pause told me how appropriate. And just for people back home, it's is it actually pronounced Rudolph? Because it's obviously not pronounced like the American understanding of Rudolph. Is it Rodolph?
I don't know. I mean, its name's also Rodolphe Levesse. Like there's like a dash.
Also known as a hyphen.
People call him Manny or Manu, Manu.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really know though. But I think and once again, he's gonna be in my top 5. I picked him last, but I think he's gonna be in my top 5. I'm really confident all my runners are gonna be in the top 5. That's all I gotta say.
Excellent. So let's see what we can do as far as any trades. I got my team, which, Igor excluded, I think I have really high hopes for. No offense to my man Igor, but here's a proposed trade, okay?
Okay.
So I will send you. Hold on. Matthew McDonald, and Colin Benny for Scott Fauble.
No. Come on, man. No. That's 2 cents on the dollar. I need.
And I'll give you Igor too, and I'll pick somebody up off the waiver wire.
You can have. What am I got to drop someone like?
Igor's
who am I going to drop? Here's my thing. My roster is full. I am full. I'm over the cap limit. I'm in luxury tax right now with my roster. I'm not a trade partner for you right now, man. You got maybe. I'm just sorry. Like, there's nothing really that you can offer that would really float my boat right now. Like, I'm kind of happy. I'm content. I'm like, people in the news are trying to say James Harden to the Sixers for Ben Simmons, but like, I think the Sixers are content with Simmons. I think Simmons is gonna be good, and I think Rudolph, Montañez, Buchanan, Levins, Mariano, Ward, and Fauble is good enough for me. I mean,
you're not listening to any trade packages.
I'm not going to entertain trade packages. I will though entertain some athletes that are free agents that you may want to swap out because while you might not be able to do a trade with me, you may want to cut some of your athletes and pick someone off the waivers. I mean, notable athletes who we did not pick: Scott Smith of Hoka NAZ Elite, 211 guy, another. Kind of has a home course advantage, kind of like Scott Fauble training with Fauble. Brendan Gregg, 211 guy from Hanson's Brooks Distance Project. Noah Drawdy, remember him in the 10K trials in 2016. Had a good half.
When's the last time Noah Drawdy's race? I just need to know. It seems like it's been a bit.
Yeah, it's been a bit. Other Shadrach Biwat, can't forget about him. It feels like he's 50 years old. You always hear about Biwat in the mix.
In his 30s.
He's 30. He's in 30s. Another name or names. Trying to
there are more names.
List. There are more names. Oh, Rory Linkletter, another Hoka NAZ Elite athlete.
What about Jonas Hampton?
Jonas
Hampton
Hampton
at the trials.
That's trials. Who would have thought he finished his top 10 at trials and he can't even get picked by you or me?
I feel bad. It's bulletin board material time for him.
Benjamin Preisner? I think he used to run for Tulsa. That sounds right. He's a
Preisner or whatever.
Preisner, yeah. It's gonna be interesting. I mean, so we picked 14 athletes. How many of our 14 athletes will finish in the top 14?
Well, ideally none. No, I'm just kidding.
No, ideally all. You don't want to go 14 for 14 because then if all of our athletes finish outside of top 14, we look pretty bad.
I've got a feeling Igor may be out on the outside looking in. Okay. I mean, he has run 211, but I just don't know if Igor has it in him right now. Maybe he does. But I'm going to go with 10 of our 14 finish in the top 14. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. I'll go 10. I think that'd be really good, actually.
Okay. How about this? what place will be the highest place that we didn't pick?
I mean,
Do you think
probably
someone will
someone in the
finish
top
fifth
30.
that we didn't pick?
Yes, for sure. For sure.
No.
This
Yeah.
is, I mean, now we need to get into how fast do we think this is actually going to run? Because they're talking about, you know, they want it to be run under, they definitely want it to be run under 210. I think some of the athletes have been talking about wanting to run faster, 209, under 209, it would certainly be a goal. And the course is very, very fast. For like a little less than 4.5 mile loop. But what is it going to take to win this? Do you think it's, I mean, do you want to set the line at 209 flat? Or do you think that's too idealistic of a line? Do you think it's 210 and
I think 210's the line.
210's the line? Well, what do you are you picking over or under?
I'll pick the under though. So maybe that shouldn't be the
Mm.
line. Maybe the line should really be 209.39. 209.39. That should be the line.
Oh wow. 209.39. Weather looks like it's going to be pretty nice. If they start in the morning, it'll be in the 40s. The wind will be not too much of a factor if it is in fact on the forecasted 5 miles an hour. And you're picking what, the under on 209.39?
Well, I'm not taking picks. I'm setting the line, so I can't tell you the over under.
Oh,
or
you
else
can't. Well, I'm going to take. I'll take the under.
It. Okay.
I see. I'm going to take the under. I think CJ Albertson, if he can run 209.58 on a treadmill, I think he can run 208 on a real course. I just think the mental strength it takes to hammer on a belt for that long means you are ready to go way faster when it's an actual race and there's people around. Remember, he's been doing all these. I mean, he did get paced a little bit in the 50K, but I mean, he's doing these. These are low stake things. Now the stakes are high. He's shown he can be a good marathoner. I think he's going to run 208.
You and CJ may have talked about this in the podcast, which you guys should listen to, which I didn't listen to, apparently, obviously. But
It happens.
How accurate is the distance of a treadmill?
I guess we didn't ask him about that. I mean, I asked if he considered himself a 209 marathoner yet, and he said no. There's a certain bit of obviously pulling that you don't have to worry about pace because the pace is already set. So you don't have that, like, when you're getting tired, you don't have that like mental, you can't slow down unless you slow down, fall off the treadmill or slow down the speed, the setting. You can't slow down, right? So that makes it a little bit easier. As far as the distance, I would think that's pretty well on accurate. Somebody else may be able to speak on that a little bit, but I think that records distance about as well as anything would. I would think. I don't know if that's correct or not, but the bigger thing,
accurate, to be honest.
Okay,
that's just me.
No, conspiracy Gordon over here. I also look at the fact that he got 7th at the trials. And so if he would have gotten 40th at the trials, I'd be like, come on, But the hits keep adding up for me. So, he ran.
Did we lose you?
All right, I'm here.
Can you hear me? Was it? Yeah, we lost you for 2 seconds. You were going to say?
Okay. Well, I'm just saying there's enough proof. There's enough evidence here when he's running whatever it was, 125 laps on the track at 5:13 pace, and he was only that slow because he had to take a bathroom break. Like, this guy's able to run 5:10 pace probably for 30 miles. I think he can run 208.
Looking at it is going to be pace. There are 4 pacers. Apparently, we have Mason Furlick, Ben Flanagan, Frank Lara, and Dylan Marks. I don't know who Dylan Marks is, but Frank Lara had a good 10K at
great grandson of Carl.
Yeah, Carl. Great grandson. Frank Lara had a good 10K at the track meet. Flanagan's, strong distance runner. Furlick ran well in cross. So, I wonder how far they'll take him through. I mean, are they trying to run at least a half? I don't know. What do you think
they're going to have some people go well over the half, I would hope. I mean, I think he was talking about Albertson was talking about 25 to 30K. 30K, you at least want one pacer to go through 30K in a marathon. So Lara's had a good road racing run in the past past year or so. So maybe he can go that far. Obviously, that's, what is that, 19 miles. So it's no easy work. And inevitably some of them will drop off, won't be able to go that long at that pace, but we'll see.
So hear me out. Technically, it's illegal for a pacer to come in mid-race, right? That's illegal?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and this is, people are wanting to get standards, like other international
That's
athletes are
illegal,
wanting
right?
to get standards. So yeah, you can't do that.
Okay. But this is a 4-loop course, right?
It's more than 4, isn't it?
Well, it's a looped course, right?
Yeah, it's a loop course. Yeah.
So what's stopping these pacers from just
Integrity.
purposely getting lapped and then picking it up again when they come back on them to then pace them for the next lap? So they all
Yeah, I mean,
have to
that's gonna
just
be
only
hard.
pay.
Are you gonna be able to? You're gonna run a hard 12 miles and then take a 20-minute break and come back in? I mean, first of all, they're gonna follow the rules because they don't want to.
But technically,
Sorry,
is it
they're
illegal
gonna follow
for a
the rules.
lapped athlete to be a pacer? Is it illegal for lapped athletes to pace? I
I
don't know
don't
that it's written
know.
anywhere
I'm not
that lapped
caught up
athletes
in my
can't pace.
marathon project and World Athletics bylaws as much as I should be. But I would say it probably is illegal. We say illegal, I would just say against the rules. No one's walking away in cuffs because they broke pacing protocol. But yeah, I would say it's against the rules.
I don't think it is. I don't think anyone's tried
Well,
it.
man,
That's why. We just
we
don't know
will
because no one's ever tried it.
certainly hope to find out. We will certainly hope to find out. This race is going down on Sunday. I believe USATF has the stream. I'm excited to check this out. Not just for the race, but we also have Des Linden and Bernard Lagat on the call. So you get some color there. That's going to be really color from some experienced athletes. That is, that'll be fun. Would have liked to see them both probably in the race. But this is a close second. Yeah, I'm excited to see how this goes. Gordon, I know you're not as big of a marathon guy. Are you going to be watching this? Might be a little early for you on a Sunday morning, but what do you think? Watching or no?
Well, Sunday. I mean,
When do the Eagles play?
Eagles don't play till 3. But there's Jesus, man. I got Jesus in the morning, so like.
Yeah, I know you. You're always a church guy. Yeah.
But I mean, I'll watch it. I'll watch it, but I'm not going to watch the first half. I can tell you that. I can never watch first half of marathons. It's just like, oh, okay, they're on pace. Oh, on pace. On pace. Oh, they ran another mile. Everyone is just in the giant group, and like, what am I watching? I'm literally watching like paint dry. Whenever the first half of every marathon is watching paint dry, in my opinion. The race doesn't start till people actually start dropping off, and then that's when I'm interested to see, all right, who's going to survive. But like,
wow.
I mean, you agree? Watching the first half of a marathon is boring. Is there literally anything exciting about a first half of a marathon, objectively speaking?
Well, when you're covering it, it's that you can use the bathroom during the middle of it. It's the only event where you can, go to the bathroom. Maybe a 10K, you could sneak quickly to a bathroom. When I cover Boston, I make multiple trips to the food area and to the restroom, and you don't want to miss any mile split though, Gordon. It's really crucial to have every split. Every fan wants to know, like, what did they run at mile 17? I guess, or mile 7.
Marathon. People don't care about what they run in mile 7. I don't know. I just think that you could it's just like, we want to watch it because like it's weird not to watch the whole race because it's just like, but in reality, our brains are telling us you're not seeing anything right now. You're just seeing bodies. You don't really see stories start until like at least a half marathon point. So, I mean,
but do you watch every play of a football? Do you watch every play of a football game?
I tried to, but I think baseball is a good example. I mean, most baseball fans probably don't tune in until the 7th inning. Yeah. Not most, but I'm sure like a lot of baseball fans. But then, no, it's different though, because football, like, it's something, anything can happen. You know for a fact no one is going. Everyone knows what everyone's going to do for the first half marathon. They're all just going to stay behind the pacer. Like we already know what's going to happen.
It's a good point. Yeah.
Like there's no variance, right? But
I want to check to see. I'm gonna hold you accountable and make sure you at least watch the some of the second half. And
no, I'll watch the whole second half. Not some of the second.
Okay,
I'll watch the
there
whole
we go.
second half.
See, maybe get a second screen experience going on if the race is happening, while the NFL preview shows are coming on. You could do that.
Sure.
All right. That'll do it for our men's marathon project draft. Let us know what you think of the fields at our email address, FloTrackPodcast@gmail.com. Kevin and Gordon will be back tomorrow for a look at the women's side of things. See you next time.